Today we are reading Abuelita's Lap for reading. It is by Pat Mora and it's illustrated by Olivia Chin Mueller. And if you remember back to our story about Pass It Down, where Abuelo made the piñatas and David was learning how to make them too. Well, abuelo is the Spanish word for grandfather, and abuelita is the Spanish word for grandmother. So this time we're talking about grandmother's lap. Both the abuelo and the abuelita in the stories are from Mexico. And in Mexico, they don't speak the same language we do. They speak Spanish. The genre of this is, of course, poetry. So I said it was a poem. The essential question is, how do cultures pass down through families? So how do you pass down your culture? Let's go ahead and read Abuelita's Lap. I know a place where I can sit and tell about my day. Okay, now here's a place to make a connection. Because as I read this line, I remember running up and sitting on my nanny's lap when I was little, and she would listen to me talk about my day. So can you make any connections about this experience? Is there someone whose lap you crawl up onto and talk to about your day or about things that are happening in your life? Probably. I know a place where I can sit and tell about my day, tell every color that I saw from green to cactus gray. I know a place where I can sit and hear a favorite beat, her heart and the cuentas from the past, the rhythms, honey sweet. Now, I wanted to call your attention to this word cuentos. Cuentos, that he hears a favorite beat, which is her heart, and cuentos from the past. And cuentos is written in italics. The letters are kind of slanted. And that is done by the author to call attention to that word. And cuentos is the Spanish word for stories or fables or, tales from the past. So that's the reason cuentos is written differently than the rest of the story. I know a place where I can sit and listen to a star, listen to its silent song gliding from afar. I know a place where I can sit and hear the wind go by, hearing it spinning round my house, my whirling lullaby. And this is another place where I can make a connection, because I remember sometimes the wind was blowing really hard when I was little and it kind of sounded scary. And that's when I would look for my dad so that he would help me feel better, because the wind was making me nervous. So is there someone that you look to when you're feeling a little scared or nervous about something that helps make you feel better? Probably so. That would be a good time to make a connection to this story. Now, there is a vocabulary word here, and it says, she's talking about telling her abuelita everything about her day, including the colors that she saw. And she says from green to cactus gray. So we're going to talk about what a cactus is.
Cactus. A plant with a thick stem covered in needles instead of leaves. That cactus grows in a pot. It's very short.
Cactus. And I bet you've heard that word before. And there are some cactus growing behind her in this story. You can see them kind of, instead of had a thick stem, and instead of having leaves on this plant, it has those needles that are sharp. So cactus is one of our vocabulary words. I will include the discussion starters, of course, so that you can talk about this with your big person, maybe curl up on their lap and have this conversation like the little girl does in the story with her abuelita.